And we are live. Welcome everyone to another Apollo Justice live stream as we get into the final episode of the first game today. Jaren, welcome to the stream, man. How's your Thursday been so far? Because I just woke up less than an hour ago, so. I'll make sure chat's on the right side here. Broke a glass today, and now you praying your mom you when she gets home. It's not your fault. I literally opened the cabinet drawer and the thing just fell out. It's a wine glass. Oh, fuck, wine glass, man. That's like the most powerful glass of all. Alright. Ooh. I think I'm good. Well, you know, we talked about all those second rounders and all the players that hadn't signed yet. The Jags signed their last player. I saw that, I was like, wow, that's convenient. According to his her, so could be fine or could result you getting the stink eye. Yeah, either way, you might be getting the stink eye either way, but the yelling may not be as bad. Stream Elements, what's up, man? Why are you drunk? Alright. Take a pic on Amazon, use it to find a replacement, and all it gave you was hookahs? That's... that's not a wine glass. Why does it think it's a wine glass? What has Amazon been up to? I get it. We've all had, you know, a 2025, but, bruh, Amazon, you okay? Well, I mean, you're not wrong. Amazon doesn't have anime waifus. Um, in order to understand myself, I had to know the story of the last 7 long years. Okay? Phoenix? Nothing happens by chance. All is connected. And now, you stand ready to begin the final chapter of his story. The fuck? Will the defendant be found guilty or innocent? The decision is yours. Does this game have 2 separate endings? Did they just tell me that this has separate endings? For innocent and guilty? Because that's weird as shit. Oh my god. I just saw a tweet. This person made the best joke ever. You know how they're making a Legend of Zelda live action movie for Netflix? The actor playing Link is named Benjamin. And this person made a Ben Drown joke. That's good. Netflix knows what they're doing with that casting. Because they know everyone on the internet's gonna be making Ben Drowned references. We're just gonna. That's what we do. We're weird like that. Alright. So he's trying to argue to you that PFF makes sense. I mean, they use legitimate metrics to get a lot of what they say. However, like all things, it is not flawless. Hey Apollo, look on TV, look. Yeah. I'm kind of busy. Whoa, look at that. He's the last Grammary, alright. Amazing. Apollo, you should be watching this. It's Funimation. You only get that if you've watched Funimation long enough that you remember when the intro said, you should be watching. American football last year. We only argue King Henry is placed at number 10 on PFF. Yeah, no. Saquon was 1 and it wasn't even... Well, it's not even a question. I get how he wouldn't be number 1 in all metrics. However, I don't care what your metrics are, he was the number 1 back. By a mile. Ow, ow, ow! What? What? I was writing about our last case in my journal. Lawyers are supposed to write things in records, Apollo, not journals. Why now? That case was 3 months ago. So overall running back grades? Yeah, no. If we're talking overall, then Saquon is number 1 by a country mile. Hey, it's a long story. I did a lot, you know. I want to vacuum pack the feel. I want to vacuum pack the feel of the moment for later. Right now, I'm wowing the crowd by figuring out how Lamuwa disappeared. That's right. Uncle Valiant did that illusion too. You're missing him on TV right now. I was just getting to the good part. PFF had Kenneth Walker over Saquon in grade? You knew. And I love Kenneth Walker, but no. Not over Saquon. I will say the only argument you can make is Henry, and that's only because Saquon doesn't have his power. I could see maybe that power grade being enough to top Saquon, but like outside of that, no. I suppose I should watch a little TV with her. After all, her father is expecting me to look after her while he's away. What you're now seeing is a rehearsal for the greatest magic show on Earth. Happening right here at our very own Sunshine Coliseum. The Sunshine Coliseum? Hey, that's where the Gavineers concert was. Yeah, Dash, last case. The final episode, however, we're not going to get through all of it today. That's guaranteed, because it's a long one. Right anywhere near Saquon's level last year was Henry and Bijan. Bijan was 3, rightfully so. And 2 is Saquon and Henry, and it's no other option. Yep. I'm very intrigued to see the production grades of the rookie running backs this year, given where they're at, the teams they went to. Okay, James Conner had a good year, but no. No, James Conner had a very good year, but no. Okay, Tyler Algier? No, it's got to be a specific situation. There's no reason Tyler Algier is ahead of Saquon in any ranking. Phoenix. Like that makes no sense that Algier's in front of him in overall ranking. There's got to be some specific thing that outweighs certain other things. There's got to be. There's no way you're telling me overall. That's like saying that my Bandits, who you guys have seen, I've shown you the overall, 40-some overall, is better than Alabama. That's what you're telling me. That's what you're saying. No. Only 3 more days until miracles happen here, right before your unbelieving eyes. The legendary Troop Grammary is performing for the first time in 7 years. That's going to be great. I'm so there. You and Daddy are coming too. The legendary Grammaries. If Trucy's real father were still alive, he'd be on that stage performing miracles. I got the tickets and everything. Oh, you're watching the Bandits videos with your mom? Oh, I will tell you guys this. Monday's video. No, not Monday's video. Next Wednesday's video. That's the one. If you haven't, before you watch next Wednesday's video, I highly recommend you going and preparing yourself by watching early Samford. That's all I'm going to say about what Wednesday's video is. first down or a touchdown on 31% of his carries last year. Yeah, that's because he got barely any carries on most of that shit. Like, come on. I will say, Dash, Falcon is hands down our best receiver. From the games I've played, Falcon is hands down the best receiver on the team right now. That could change, you know, once recruits come in, but... And Little Mac, he's getting better. He's getting better. He's made some good tackles. I will give him credit. Yeah, I mean, I think they have to take in the amount of carries they got. If you're going to make an argument of he had a first down or a touchdown, 31% of his carries, take into account the comparative carries they got. Other than Shaq McBath IV. He's been more the clutch player. Because, you know, Falcon's biggest issue is he can't get separation, which is 100% true. He runs curls, and that's about all he can run well. But, yeah. Just wait till Wednesday's video. It's something. It might be a first for a dynasty. Like last video, we had the most exciting video maybe in Dynasty history for me. Because I ran around like we won the fucking Super Bowl when we beat the non-existent School of Delaware. But, let's just say the video would be longer if things happened. That's the best way to talk about next Wednesday's video. Without spoiling it. Are you talking the underneath touchdown that I got for Shaq? Or are you talking the, No, you gotta be talking the drag route. Because I will say, I have not been looking at anything down the field this year. I'm so scared of my offensive line that I literally am not looking more than like 5 to 10 yards downfield. Because if I do that, I'm dead. Also, I don't know how they started with their wear and tear for the created players, but I can tell you this right now, some of those players will have no wear and tear come the end of their career. Because I've seen some of the career wear and tear. Oh no. Oh no. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh no. Good amount of carries at 136, but he didn't even have 650 rushing yards last year. And that is the metric you need to look at. How effective were they on their carries? Like him to yards per carry, things and all that, blah, 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 blah. He's been banged up all over the place. Which is interesting, because I don't think he has that bad of an injury rating. I think it's like an 82. Because I didn't mess with a lot of injury ratings. I looked at him and I was like, yeah. But yeah. You're arguing with another guy about the ESPY nominations. Who got nominated for what at the ESPYs? Here's yours, Apollo. Ticket the premiere showing of A Grand Illusion by the magician Valiant Gallery. Grammary words. That working hard or hardly working, that's a Phoenix line. Ah, you are here. Working hard or hardly working? Hey, how have you been? Hi there, stranger. Not exactly the kind of greeting I want to hear from my own kid. Though, he has been gone a long time. He had to go on a secret mission. How goes it, Trucy? Here, I got a present for you. Yay! Pudding! I love pudding! Oh, it's fine, fresh! And not just one pudding, but 3 whole cups? I'll have to pace myself. Wing Team of the Year. And that they don't deserve it. And the nominees weren't real competition. Who else was nominated? Because, I'm not gonna lie, I think OKC probably deserves it more than Philly. If OKC wasn't nominated. There's bones since they seem to be made of glass. Yeah, apparently. I will say, though, I think he's the fastest receiver on the team. I think. Because I know he's got 88 speed, which is rather fast for us. He's not the fastest. That's Wilton. Monty's the fastest. He's got like 93 speed. Florida Panthers, Dodgers, OKC, UConn's women's basketball, Ohio State football, and North Carolina women's basketball, the New York Liberty, and the U.S. national soccer team. Yeah, I would have gone OKC. I would have gone OKC. That I feel like was the real competition and should have won. Because out of everyone else, like UConn had Paige Becker, so kind of the star power was there to believe they'd win. Ohio State's Ohio State. I don't watch UNC women's basketball, so I've got nothing there. The New York Liberty's too good, so. And I don't watch a lot of soccer, so I can't say much there. He does have hands. That man makes the best catches. That man makes the best catches. Shaq, on the other hand, bruh, the amount of drop passes. Well, I'm beat. Very true, Little Mac can do that. Although, he might not knock you out on the first time. It might take a 1-2. He's getting better at making sure you go down on first contact. That's right, Daddy, you're on a top secret mission. You gotta take it easy with the secrets, you know? How right you are. So you still can't tell us what your mission is? Maybe it is time. That has something to do with you anyway. Huh? With me? Ah, maybe you're getting a top secret mission too. Maybe you can be one of those guys. A spy. Can't I just be a defense attorney? Oh yeah, no, Lil Mac made about, I think he made 2 really, really pivotal tackles. One was near the goal line, and then one was later on in the game to try and finish the job. Yep. I still can't get over the fact that Arno Fabian got fucking beat twice on that deep ball. Jarian Jones technically won ESPY. Oh, was moment of the year the backwards hurdle? I mean, I'll take it. To be honest, telling you about the mission was my whole reason for coming here today. What? Tell me. Tell me. You've heard of the jurist system, yes? The jurist system? That's right. The new legal system everyone's talking about. Have you heard of it, Apollo? A sports play? Well, hey. The Jags are winning things. We're on the cover of Madden. Technically. And we won an ESPY. Technically. Huh? Maybe. Maybe not as many people are talking about it as I thought. The jurist system, huh? We don't know if icing wouldn't have worked. I'm just amazed the ice worked. Like that, legitimately, when I was playing the game, I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? We got one timeout left. And I literally sat there and I thought about it while he's setting up for the kick. I'm like, yeah, I might as well use it. I'm like, it's not gonna, my brain was literally like, it's not gonna work. And then I ran around like we won the fucking Super Bowl, so, you know. 2 wins, guys. 2 fucking wins. You can't tell me you expected 2 wins out of the Bandits, because I didn't. Max Verstappen won Sports Driver of the Year since he wins literally damn near every race. He's top driver, the best car in F1. Nobody's stopping him. So he's the Dale Earnhardt of F1. Back when Senior was the GOAT. So, Daddy, what's the jury system thing? Well, Trucy, do you know what a jury is? I've heard of it. Isn't that those people who sit in court in those old courtroom dramas? I'm not gonna lie. The portion of the upright where I went over the predictions, I was being fully honest with what I thought we were gonna win. I thought we would maybe win week 1, and I thought we would get killed in every game following. And I'll tell you this, we have overachieved in nearly every game. I'm not going to say that for anything past what you've seen. Because just wait. Oh, just wait. You're going to see some things that make you go, oh. Just wait. But we have overachieved in a lot of games this year. And it is funny because I don't normally, think that the players in the game, have that little switch where, the second half happens and the players kind of switch up and do things. There's times in the game I've gone like, bro, this team actually has heart. This is fucking crazy. Yeah, no, we overachieved in the Arkansas game. I did not think we would score in the Arkansas game. So, we overachieved in the Arkansas game. I can tell you now there are 2 games we did not overachieve in. I can tell you that right now. Well, not tell you what those games are, but there are 2 games I can tell you. Oh, and I won't spoil anything, but we are coming up on the first ever commitment. Really? Oh, he's headed to Tennessee State as the OC? Really? Dude, that sucks. Poor defenders, man. You lose maybe the best coach in the UFL. Just to go join Reggie Barlow. Damn. It seems fairly late in the process, though, for him to be adding an offensive coordinator. It seems very late for Reggie to be adding an offensive coordinator now. Well, no, it's a rivalry game because it's in state. That's the only reason it's a rivalry game. And also, I took the place of Arkansas State, so, you know. Because I was trying to figure out what our rivalry games would be, and I'm like, really the only ones we can have is, like, Arkansas. Because there's not a close enough Texas team to us where it makes sense. And also, we are a 40 overall football team, so, you know, keep that in mind. The ones who get to decide if a guy's innocent or guilty? Do you know, Apollo? Only from TV. 12 people, chosen from the community, right? Oh, no, yeah, I thought they were going to beat us by more. I thought they were going to put 50 on us with ease, and they didn't. Well, they're thinking about reviving that system. They're calling the new system the Juris system. No more doing whatever you like, Your Honor. Not quite that harsh. The jurists cooperate with the judge. They help analyze the case from different angles. Ah. And there'll be only 6 of them under the current proposal, right? Wow. You know your stuff, Apollo. Ah, damn. Why today does... Maybe it's just because I've only been up for like an hour. Maybe that's why my vocals aren't good yet. I have to do commentary a shit ton today. So... Nah, I think the Bandits have at least 1 to 2 good enough players that they could handle. And could handle that Cumberland team. We've got Frankie. We've got Jaden. Defensively, we've got Bikel Bouchard, who is a monster, so you know. And I did not expect that. Although I think he's a senior, so we're gonna lose him, which is sad. Their findings directly affect the verdict. Hopefully people will start taking the courts a little more seriously now. I feel like I'm on some kind of educational TV show, starring Dr. Wright. Dr. Wright, his assistant, Trucy, and mascot, Apollo. The perfect team. Mascot? Hey! was second, and he is in the 2025 rankings, not in 2024. It doesn't even qualify. Jeff BFF saying 8th overall, and he refuses to admit it. Ah, you gotta love it. Gotta love when you got receipts. Really? Rashid Rice only got 30 days of jail time and 5 years probation. Not enough. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Who wore 50 for them? Oh, never mind. Apparently a former Texan passed away. JJ Watt tweeted out about it. So, what is this secret mission? 7 honors, dad's racing number. Who currently wears 7? I don't think anybody even wears 7, so it is open. Gets to choose. How the fuck you gonna let somebody choose when they go to jail? That's stupid. That's stupid. The jury system is my mission, more or less. Anyway, keep in mind the new ideas like this system are always risky, Apollo. Too true. Everyone's got an opinion. I mean, there's a whole song by Device about that. Say you have an opinion. And if you don't give me a reason. And they just talk and nothing gets decided. Kinda like you, Apollo. I'm not that bad. Am I? In any case, we're going to give it a shot. A test, if you will. I don't like tests. We'll take a case as a sample and choose 6 jurists. I'll be the one helping with the process. Incidentally, helping? How? Well, see, that's the thing. You don't hear receivers wearing a number in the 90. You don't hear receivers wearing 90 numbers. So, like, I like the idea of Jonathan West sitting there going, like, wait, time out, what? A receiver wearing 90? Not to mention that was also at the same time he had to talk about time travelers, so, you know. Man been through a lot talking about the Bandits. Guess to choose the 30 days starts sometime in the next 5 years. In the next 5 years. Bruh, he may be retired by then. for all we know. Like, come on. That's so stupid. So stupid. Oh, Mike Green's apparently getting signed. Well, for one, I'll be chair of the Juris System Simulated Court Committee. The chair constructs the ideal situation, choosing the case and the jurors candidates, even the judge and the courtroom. Good for sticking with it and not losing his mind. Yeah. I mean, Jonathan West's been through a lot. He's been through Sanford. He's been through having a opposing commentator who got suspended at one point, and then he had to cover for him during a game. If you watched GLU, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And eventually it'll be back on the channel. Wow, it's like you have a real job. I was never that good at the piano, to be honest. Once a lawyer, always a lawyer, I guess. Just defend, baby. That's their motto. It's not just win, baby. It's just defend, baby. Once a lawyer, always a lawyer. The trial's tomorrow, by the way. Don't miss it. The trial simulation, that is. A simulation, huh? Sounds interesting. So, what kind of case is the trial simulation about? Well, since it's the first run-through of a new system, I want something simple.
Good thinking. No sense wearing yourself out on something too serious.
True. The case is a murder. That's not simple at all.
By simple, did you mean that the defendant is...
guilty? Yes, most likely. So, good luck, Apollo. With what? With the trial tomorrow. You're defending, of course. Recall that I said it had something to do with you.
Go for it, Apollo. It's just a test case anyway. No sweat.
Yeah, but there's still a verdict to be decided. And a potentially serious sentence. The most serious in a worst-case scenario. You mean the verdict's for real? That's not a test trial. That's a real trial. All the forms have been filed. There's no turning back now. The trial begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. Hope you can make room in your schedule. Why am I only hearing about this now? Yes, there was a change this morning. I picked a new case. Something that happened last night. Okay, well, before we talk about that, how about the Valiant Grammar?
Hey, Apollo, I know you're all excited about that secret mission, but what about this? The Troop Grammary Grand Magic Show.
Huh? Oh, right. The card tricks.
They're not card tricks! They're grand illusions! Miracles! The apocalypse! Heaven and earth would bend!
So what? That's 3 whole days away.
It's in Sunshine Coliseum! Let's go! Let's go today! We can say hi to Uncle Valiant!
Have fun.
What? I can't go by myself? You know I'm not very outgoing.
Right. Why not go with her? But what about the secret mission? Oh, don't worry about that. You'll hear all about it tomorrow. Regardless. I don't trust that smile. He knows something that he's not telling me.
Yippee! Now you can take me to the Coliseum.
I suppose it wouldn't kill me to pop over there. Ah, Grammary. That reminds me.
What's this, Daddy? Isn't that Silk Hat the Grammary seal?
Consider it a birthday present, Trucy.
Thanks, it's great. But today isn't my birthday.
Good point. What day is it today, Apollo? Huh? Today? I think it's Recycle Your Plastics Day. Then it's a Recycle Your Plastics present. Yeah, this is also the same girl who was having the time of her life at a concert. So, like, she's totally not that outgoing at all.
Yippee! So it's plastic.
I've given up trying to understand them. It's way much easier that way. So what is it?
Can I open it, Daddy?
No.
Huh?
You'll need that envelope someday. Someday soon. Don't open it until then.
Well, why didn't you just hold on to it until then?
Because that would be the logical thing to do. Like Williams got injured 3 days ago and he just retired. I mean, smartest thing he can do. He's been far too injury prone. Had a good career, but you know, the injury prones are just sad. I'm definitely serious about the letter. He did. He did the whole no. He did the parental no, too. It wasn't like just a normal no. It was the parental no. It's like when you're like, oh no, okay, that means business. An envelope about the Grammaries, huh? Well, about that trial simulation. Alright, so what case are you going to use? You really want to know, don't you? Of course I do. I mean, I'm going to be defending, aren't I? If all goes well, then yes. Of course, this is just a test. This is a test. We want everyone to start without preconceptions. A blank slate, as it were. You could also call it a blank space. There's a difference between having a blank slate and just being totally clueless. Whose dumb idea was that anyway? Well, mine. Committee chair. Remember? Oh. Well, if you want to know that badly, I suppose I could give you permission to examine the scene of the crime. Good! That's better. But you can't talk to anyone involved with the case. What? And how am I supposed to defend? You let me worry about the details there. Remember, I'm in charge of this trial. All of it. But you don't want it to backfire, do you? Apollo. If I'm in charge of the whole trial, that means the entire affair is my responsibility. For good or for bad. Have the Chargers drafted to replace Williams? It's one of the second round holdouts? Yep. She's gonna be bunking with Chiefaholic. No, he's not gonna be bunking with Chiefaholic because he's not gonna be in there long enough to bunk with Chiefaholic. Mom, she can ask to circumvent the dad's approval. Yeah, it's it's what Phoenix says goes. Just do what you can. And don't worry. I know what I'm doing. Alright. I'd recommend going down to the detention center. Your client's waiting for you. You can ask about the scene there. You just said I couldn't talk to anyone involved. Oh, you can talk to your client. If you can get her to talk.
Well, time's a wasting.
Where do I want to go first? Let's go to detention center first. October 7th, detention center. Visitor's room. I believe he got caught the first time, didn't he? Or is it that he broke house arrest? That might be what it was. I don't remember exactly what he did to get sentenced. Hogan's unscripted mat wrestling show as a new major hire. Kurt Angle? Call him Kurt Angle. Okay. The fuck was that? I just saw the weirdest finish. Did not look like a clean finisher at all. He broke house arrest, that's what it was. Angle's a ring announcer? What the fuck? You got Kurt Angle and you're just making him a ring announcer? Come on. That's 20 minutes we've been waiting here. 20 minutes!
Maybe I should complain. I'm sure that guy has better things to do than stand there pretending he doesn't see us.
You know, the minute we get angry, the client will show. It always works that way.
Like shouting, "Oh, waiter," and they're standing right behind you. Oh, God! Is our client going to be much longer?
What are you talking about? Haven't you already started the meeting yet? Huh?
Huh?
The fuck did you come from?
Eek!
I play too many of these games. It's getting to the point where I know the dialogue already. It's getting to the point where I know the dialogue already. I don't like this. I play too many of these games. Or did I write it? I don't think this is a Steins Gate situation where, you know, jury's still out on if I found that time machine. Where'd you come from? Ooh, well, anyway, please have a seat. I'll just take a seat. Okay, Apollo. I have so many questions. One of which you're probably not going to ask, but I feel like we need to do you the justice. No pun intended. We need to find out if she's taken. Come on, Apollo, you got this.
I'm nervous, Apollo.
It's the silence. It builds suspense. Yeah, nobody wants to talk to Apollo, and it's sad. Why don't you do something, Trucy? You're a magician, aren't you?
That's right. Okay.
Not Mr. Hat. I'm the amazing Mr. Hat.
She passed out.
Miss Magic Underwear might have been a better bet.
It's magic panties, Apollo.
I like that you Googled it, Jaren. Appreciate it. I like that you automatically were just like, okay, let's figure this out. Hi? This is an accurate representation of me talking to any female if I am in a one-on-one situation. Hi? That's accurate. Well, I'm your defense. I really think it has to be fate, you know? Dude, Apollo, you trying to get in there? And by fate, I mean destiny. Did you know I'm good with astrology? Bro, this man trying to spit game. It's not great, but he's trying to spit some game. Bringing up the astrology? Which, not gonna lie, she looks like she believes in astrology. Time out. The music. The hair color. The outfit. Holy shit. We're just in Stardew. Oh god, using Zodiac Gris. No Yu-Gi-Oh! Talk to smooth the girl over. Bro, if I start talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And they get excited, that would calm me down. You know how, like, just happy I would be? I would be so just laid back at that point. I'd be like, oh, thank God. Like, I would be so calm at that point. I don't think that is common, and would be, but I'd be very chill at that point. Tell me, what's your sign?
I can tell you mine if you'd like, Apollo.
No, never mind. I just got carried away there. Dude, I think Apollo trying to get some. It doesn't, yeah, it doesn't give birthdays. I didn't remember if it gave birthdays because I'm like, let's see, what's their birthdays here? What is their zodiac signs? I seem destined to get difficult clients, it seems. So, what's your name? Oh, right. I'm supposed to introduce myself first. Sorry, that's my fault. I'm Apollo. Apollo Justice.
And I'm Tracy Wright.
I know. This is going nowhere fast. Hey, I know. Maybe you can tell us what happened. I'm your defense attorney, after all. Um, anything out of the ordinary happened lately?
Well, the other day, this tourist from out of town stopped to ask me directions.
Later, Trucy. This is why you don't bring the kid to... If the kid is older than, like, 3, they're not going to help. They're not going to be your wingman. I feel like I need to ask directions myself here. Well, that was fruitless. Though I think I understand despair a little better now. I like the idea that Apollo's just talking and suddenly his voice changes for that one word. And everybody's like, what the fuck was that?
You did good, Apollo.
The fuck is that?
Look! She's doing her nails!
What? Are nails more important than defense? Is that it? Let's go, Trucy. Doing your nails. Okay, I assume this is our defendant.
Excuse me. Could you read this?
Sure. I feel like a teenager on a first date. And this is the love letter we passed from desk to desk at school. Bro, Apollo into her. 100%.
Stop looking so wistful and read it, Apollo.
It's a business card with a name and an address. The name is Vera Misham. The address is for Drew's studio. Huh. And you're giving me this card because? Okay, Vera? Well, looks like we're finished here.
I wonder if Drew's studio is the scene of the crime.
Let's go find out. But first, we have to take a pit stop to the Sunshine Coliseum.
Woohoo! This is it, Apollo, the place where magic and dreams converge.
Just a while ago, it was the place where murder and nightmares converged. And we saw the death of romaine lettuce.
Let's go say hi to Uncle Valiant.
What about the case? Oh,
only a performer laughs like that.
The young Miss Trucy. How often I hoped we'd meet again, only to tell myself it was an impossible dream.
Hehe. Uncle Valiant, how's it going? I'm glad to see you too.
Of course you are. Humility is definitely not one of his stronger traits. Well, Miss Trucy, how does the day find you? If you've come to give me flowers, do it after the show, I beg you.
Actually, we came to wish you good luck. And congratulations on your big magic show.
Oh, but it is I who wish to congratulate you. Not everyone is so lucky as to witness miracles such as the ones I shall perform. Yeah, you're amazing. We get the picture. The world will watch in wonderment as Magnifie's illusions are reborn. Here on stage, by my hand.
Wait. Dusky, wait a second. We gotta figure out what the fuck's going on here. Everyone's talking about the big magic show. Is it true that the Grammary Miracle is back after a 7-year absence?
Miss Trucy, I must apologize. This show and this honor should have been his.
Daddy.
My co-magician in training, Zach Grammary. If that terrible thing hadn't happened.
It's okay.
Your father was a great magician, Trucy. If he were alive, then I, Valiant Grammary, would have been proud to stand upon this stage as his assistant.
Thanks, Uncle Valiant. You know, I'm happy you're doing the show. To think we get to see the Grand Magnifie's illusions again.
She really is looking forward to this, isn't she? My mentor, the magnificent Magnifie Grammary, was a true deity among magicians. A creator god who would give birth to magic and illusions that defied our very imaginations.
I was so little when I last saw one, but I still remember his shows somehow. He did wheelies in a sports car through the air above the audience, and sped off to outer space faster than the speed of sound.
I'm guessing that memory was a bit embellished. For 7 long years, the world has been waiting for a miracle to match his. As heir to the Grammary Troop's secrets, it falls to me to provide one. It is my God-given destiny. Yes, you nameless face who speaks for the nameless masses. How can I help you? Did he just say that Apollo is the voice of the voiceless? Has Apollo become the second city saint? Is Apollo Phil Brooks the entire time? If the world was waiting, why did you hold off for 7 long years? It appears the lad is uninformed. Perhaps you have heard of the magic known as law, which governs our land. I have, though I'm not sure it qualifies as magic. The performance of Magnifie's miracle was impossible. A certain law prevented it for 7 years, but no more. 7 years? That phrase sure likes to pop up, doesn't it?
And why was that?
A little matter called performance rights, Miss Trucy.
Can you tell us about these performance rights?
Magnifie's magic relied on an incredibly innovative idea. A trick, if you will. That trick was considered his property, and as such was protected by property laws. Are you telling me this man copyrighted a magic trick? This man copyrighted a magic trick? And now it's in the public domain? Is that what's happening here? Intellectual property, maybe. Magnifie knew this and bequeathed it in his will. To one person. You mean him? Yes. Miss Trucy, It was your father. Zach Grammary was the inheritor of the Grammary miracle.
Daddy.
Yet, as you well know, he is gone. He disappeared suddenly 7 years ago. I think I see where this story is going. Copyright rules going too far. Once a person is classified missing for a certain period of time, or once a person is classified missing for a certain period of time, they're considered legally deceased, correct? In all absoluteness, those rolled up sleeves conceal your competence well, young man. That certain period of time of which you speak is 7 years.
Ah!
Yes, Miss Trucy, though it pains me to say it, this past spring, April to be precise, was the time. Your father was legally declared deceased. In the absence of a formal will, the secrets of our mighty mentor Magnifi passed to me. This was in fact stipulated in the will by Magnifi himself.
Is that how it works, Apollo?
Yeah, it's called death in absentia. He's declared missing. Permanently.
Daddy.
Okay, yo, what's this? Williams retired. Najee got turned into Two-Face. Trey Harris holding out all within the month. What's the situation with Najee? I saw something about it, but didn't go too deep. What exactly happened with Najee? I was wondering if you could tell me about this. Aha! Why, that bears the Grammary seal. Oh, the firework mishap. Okay. Okay. He got an eye injury from it. Okay. I saw something about like a firework thing, but I didn't go too deep in. Okay. Yeah, they Chargers have had a handful, and they dropped their ugly all yellow jerseys, so the Chargers have had a month.
Uncle Valiant, is something wrong?
Trucy, where did you get this?
Huh? Daddy gave it to me?
Eagles won the stream, man. Putting down the I'm amazed you're throwing down the shocked clover emote. Forgot that was a thing. The good old shocked clover emote.
No, no, no. My other daddy, Phoenix Wright.
Why now? Why would your Lord Daddy? Lord Daddy? That's kind of stretching the whole archaic thing a bit. This signature upon the back, do you recognize it? That belongs to none other than Zach Grammary.
What? Daddy signed this.
Might I be so bold as to open it? I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that. What's in this envelope, I wonder?
Okay.
Bye. I forgot we had the shocked Clover emote. But Eagles won the stream, man. Hopefully your Thursday's going well. Ah, she was an artiste. Wow. This looks like... It looks like a studio.
It's like life imitating art. Or maybe it's the other way around. But the tape on the ground there, it's a bit jarring.
Yeah. Looks like we found our crime scene.
Apollo, look at all those paintings.
Hey, don't touch those.
It's okay. I'm just looking.
Ah. Oh. Yes.
Huh? Apollo, look at this one.
Looks half finished. Can still see the rough sketch underneath.
That's odd. The rough part doesn't look like the rest of the painting at all.
Yeah, good point. That is odd. Drew Measham's paintings.
All the paintings have a really different style, too.
I'm gonna assume it's Clavier. Gonna assume. Ah, I thought I might find you two here. Nope, never mind, Emma. I knew it was one of the two, but I was like, I'm more of the time he shows up, so.
Emma, long time no see. Oh, seems like I run into you. It seems like I run into you far too often. I'll bet I know why you're here too.
You know about the trial simulation tomorrow?
I've heard about it, sure. So Mr. Wright chose you, huh?
We don't even know what the case is about.
Well, he was killed. The artist who owns the studio, that is. Mr. Drew Measham. Measham? And his daughter was put under arrest.
Hey, it's his daughter.
Good.
Good to know. Good to know. Apollo, got this for you. She's an artiste. That's perfect for you. Mainly because character-wise, I think you're gonna need somebody in that field.
His daughter was put under arrest.
Yeah, we just saw her at the detention center.
It was funny though. She seemed more like a victim than the kind of person who could commit murder.
You don't say. Not even by poisoning? That's how it was done, you know. Poisoning's a common way to get the job done when the murderer is a woman. Excuse me, Emma? Are we just gonna disrespect women like that and say that they can't violently murder people in gruesome ways? That just seems disrespectful. I know one that's done it. A small pink-haired girl. She used an axe. Gave multiple victims 40 whacks. When she'd seen what she had done, she gave Junpei 41. Just saying. We've seen it. Also, I know of a case where a redhead whose name got mispronounced for the longest amount of time but became a running gag because it was funny. She committed murder via poisoning. Oh my god, that's it. This is fucking Apollo's Dahlia. Apollo's gonna get it.
Poisoning?
Anyway, Mr. Wright told me you'd be coming. Feel free to take a look around. I'll just be over here with my snackoos. We can't talk to anyone related to the case this time around. Which means we'd better find out as much as we can here at the scene. Or else.
So, this, Drew Measham was some kind of artist?
Apparently. Did a lot of illustrations for books, I hear. Had a lot of female fans, too, for what it's worth.
Oh, well, I guess his stuff is kind of pretty. Like that oil painting over there, for instance.
Yeah. That wasn't one of his illustrations, actually. Huh. So it was a standalone painting or something? Is that what she means? He was an odd bird, Measham. Hadn't shown his face to anyone until the end.
What do you mean to anyone?
He was always locked up here in his studio, apparently. His only connection to the outside world was through letters he'd put in that little box there. Letters? Do people still write letters?
What do you mean, Apollo?
I mean, when was the last time you wrote a real letter? Don't most people use email and stuff these days? Not Mr. Measham. Couldn't stand technology, it seems. He did everything by mail.
Maybe he thought that way was more artistic, you know?
Okay. In any case, the only person besides him allowed in here was his daughter, Vera.
Oh, you mean the killer?
The suspect, please? I like the idea that she's like,
oh, you mean the killer?
And then Apollo's like, the suspect? Don't talk about my girl like that. We took some fingerprints, of course. The only ones found in the room were Mr. Measham's and Vera's, basically.
Basically?
Actually, last night, Mr. Measham gave an interview to a reporter for the first time. It happened during the interview, apparently.
His first interview ever?
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened the night of the murder? But let's talk about the defendant. Not that I care and want to know more, but, you know, let's talk about the defendant. So, this woman, Vera, she's Mr. Measham's daughter, right? And Apollo's just like, she's single, right? What? Yep, a real sickly girl, ever since she was little. Apollo's just like, I can fix her. Hardly ever went outside.
She did kind of give off a withdrawn sort of aura.
She was homeschooled by her father, apparently. It was quite a scene when they took her to the detention center. She was screaming about how she'd die if they took her outside. That does sound like a scene. I can fix her. In the end, she agreed to leave if she was allowed her good luck charm for company.
Her good luck charm?
Apparently, she has this charm that magically gives her the courage to go outside. Why can't I ever get a normal client?
But why would a shut-in daughter kill her own dad?
Don't look at me. So, about the poison. It was found to be in his coffee, right? I finished mine.
No, not precisely. Not precisely? What does that mean? It means see for yourself, I think. Like I said, last night was the first time someone from the outside came into the studio. I guess mysterious painters who never go outside make for good articles. And it just so happened that he died the night of his first interview? Legitimately, this looks like shit out of Stardew. I love it. At around 9 p.m. every night, Vera always made him a cup of coffee. Last night, he drank his usual coffee and suddenly became violently ill. And died? She poisoned him on the night of his interview. Wouldn't the reporters see? He wasn't near Mr. Measham when she brought her father his coffee. He was checking out some equipment in the back of the room. Supposedly, that's why she didn't notice he was there. It's the reporter who called the police, in fact. Wait, but why is she the suspect? If anyone is suspicious, it's the reporter. Yet the reporter never got near Mr. Measham's coffee. Even Vera acknowledges that. Regardless, I want to know more about this reporter. Alright, let's take a look at the crime scene. Specifically this coffee cup. Ah, that's the victim's coffee mug. Aha! So the poison was in here! This is my first time seeing a real poisoned mug of coffee. I would hope so. Poisoned coffee? Not exactly, actually. What do you mean? No traces of poison were found in the coffee. What? You'll have to figure out the rest yourself. I'm officially not on your side after all. Okay. Oops. I imagine this coffee cup was for guests to use. Guests? Did the police already analyze this cup too? Not a trace of poison was found on that cup. So the killer was after Drew Measham alone. That letterbox looks funny sitting inside a room like this. Let's take a look. Empty. The other half of that letterbox is actually connected to the outside of the studio. Mr. Measham would put his letters in there, and the postman would take them away. Impressive that someone still writes letters in this day and age. Or wrote, rather. Apollo! That's where the body was! That's the spot where Mr. Drew Measham passed away. He put the coffee mug to his lips, and the next moment, there's quite a bit of paint on the ground. See that half-painted painting there? He must have been working on that right up to the moment he died. Wow, a true artist to the end. Or maybe he started it a year ago and was procrastinating. Relatable. I wouldn't mind taking a closer look at those paintings. I just love oils. You know, how they're so thick. Is that the word? These paints are all dry. Just surprised at how different these all are. Yeah, what's going on with this half-finished one? Must have been a work in progress. You can still see the rough sketch below. That's so weird. The sketch part doesn't really fit the finished parts.
I noticed. That is weird. What? Oh. Dear Lord, there's so much shit to look at. Let's take a closer look at this desk here. Photo. So this is Drew Measham.
His little girl must be Vera.
Yes, they took that some years ago. It looked close. A happy little family. Until you arrested his daughter. Look, I was personally against that, okay? She just didn't seem very suspicious. Scientifically speaking. Uh-huh. Right. I will say, from a dialogue perspective, I'm giving him the character of being into Vera, but from a dialogue perspective, it does somewhat come off as Apollo being into her. Is it just me, or are you guys getting that too? Like, I'm giving the character more of that push, but dialogue-wise, there's that little bit.
Oh, cute. Look at the tiny frame, Apollo.
Tiny is right. That thing's barely 2 inches high. What picture would fit in that?
None, apparently. It's empty.
There's no glass in it either. What's it doing sitting on the desk?
Here's a lesson for all of us. Be sure to check the size when you buy frames.
Is this a journal?
Wow, talk about a clue. Let's read it. What is it, Apollo?
He didn't write the name of the killer, did he?
He didn't write the name of the killer, did he?
It's new. He didn't write a single line.
You had me going for a while there. Hey, Apollo, what's this feathery thingy?
Oh, it's a Harpy's feather duster. It removes all spells and trap cards on the field.
Isn't that
a pen? Like an old-fashioned quill pen?
But it doesn't have a pointy end.
That was most likely for sweeping debris off the desk. That's not debris, that was like detritus or something. I don't know what the fuck that is. I figured she was talking debris, but whatever.
Wow, you sure know a lot, Emma.
Bold and scientific. That's my motto. Exactly, what about that was bold or scientific? Something about the way that figure is posed.
I've seen that pose before. It's you, Apollo. See, you're making one of those flamboyant gestures.
Please. I'm a professional. I wonder why it's posed like that. Coincidence? Bip, 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 bip. Desk is open. This envelope has been opened and resealed.
Oh, I know how to do that. You take a pot of boiling water and hold the envelope up to the steam. The glue melts and it opens. Cool, huh?
Whoever did this wasn't so delicate. Yeah, raise your other arm to finish the T-pose.
You're right. Looks like they just ripped it open and stuck it back together. Huh? This postmark on this letter is from 7 years ago.
Why would someone open a letter then seal it again? Better hang on to this. Alright.
What is all this equipment here for? Doesn't look very artistic, really.
He had everything from a lathe to a laser cutter. Looks like he was ready to work on metals and wood, too. Though his equipment's a bit old, to tell the truth. Why would a painter need all this? From the dust, I'd say he hadn't used this stuff for years. His corner doesn't fit with the rest of the studio.
Oh, do you think I could borrow this? I want to cut a quarter in half to make a trick coin.
This is a crime scene, Trucy.
These cost like $50 at the magic shop. Look at all these paints, Apollo. There's so many. He's got like 20 kinds of red. We could repaint your suit, Apollo. How about this shade of green?
That'll be enough of that. That'll be enough of that. Thanks.
This desk for painting, Apollo?
That would be a drafting table.
Drafting? Who's he picking with the first overall pick?
Basically, it's a tool for making precise diagrams.
Wow, painting is harder than I thought.
Why would a painter need a drafting table? Was he an architect too? Was he rebuilding? Redesigning? Like, bruh, what were you doing? Okay, I mean, I thought this was pointing over here, so, like, I thought we were actually gonna find something, but doesn't look like it. Nope.
Hey, there's a painting hidden back here.
Hey, you're right.
What if it's embarrassing somehow, and he didn't want anyone to see it?
Certainly seem pleased by the possibility. Huh?
Huh? It's so normal.
That's hardly something to get mad about.
Huh? What is it, Apollo?
Well, doesn't this painting look like... Never mind. It's the unfinished painting. I'd better get a professional opinion on this. Alright, I want to look at some things first.
What a pretty business card. Looks like a postcard almost.
And on the back, just your name.
That seems odd to me.
Huh? What does?
Why write your name on the front and back of the card? Why not use this space on the back for a self-portrait or a caricature? Then people would remember what you look like too.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Here, give me one of your cards, Apollo.
She's drawing something. Hey, my hair's not that spiky. We've got portrait, acrylic, and landscape.
Apollo, look! It's been opened once before.
You're right. I wonder if there's some way we can see what's inside.
Shall I try to get it open and then stick it back shut?
Let's not tamper with the evidence, shall we? I've got a better idea.
Emma, let's ask her.
Alright, this is the one I really want to take a look at. Oh. Ah, there it is.
Hey, look there. That stain doesn't look so healthy, Apollo. That must be the Blue Mountain stuff we've been hearing about.
Something tells me that even Blue Mountain coffee isn't this blue. 3 more second rounders signed. RJ Harvey, Mike Green, and Shamar Turner. Started camp today, and Jalen Rager got the first touchdown of the day. Cool for him, I guess. No, this stain is probably... Better ask Emma. Forensic science. I bet Emma could help us out here.
Don't forget, flattery will get you everywhere with her, Apollo.
Huh? What are you two whispering about? Well, I was thinking. I mean, what is it we always do when we run into you at a crime scene? What is it we always do scientifically? You know me too well. Okay. Okay, meaning we can get, scientific now? Oh, I suppose. Maybe just this once. If we did not know what you two were talking about, this would come off very differently. Bring me anything you find suspicious, and we'll check it out. Fuck yeah. As a deep ball overthrow by Herbert, and Rager still came up with a diving touchdown. Like, give it more to Rager then. Alright, start with the coffee cup. Emma, about this mug. There's a pale blue, residue on the rim.
That? Yes, well, it's just a rumor. But I've heard there's a kind of coffee called Blue Mountain. I'm pretty sure it isn't
Actually blue, Emma.
Right. Okay, you got me. That's left over from my testing spray. Forensic science! I knew your hobby was behind this somehow, Emma.
It's not a hobby. It's a lifestyle, Mom.
So what kind of scientific stuff were you up to?
This spray, that's what. It turns blue when it touches poison. So the poison that killed the victim was on this mug. That's right. See? It wasn't in the coffee. The killer applied it to the rim of the mug itself.
Wow. Science is amazing.
Certainly is helpful. Maybe Emma'd be willing to help us out a bit more.
You should try buttering her up, Apollo. They say flattery will get you everywhere.
Certainly worth talking to her a bit more. About poison analysis. I was afraid you were going to ask about that. See, this solution is used to test for atroquine. Atroquinine, the deadly poison found in the autopsy. Uh-oh. I know that spark in her eyes. She's getting excited. Best tread lightly. It's one of the most virulent poisons, but it's absorbed into the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for adverse effects to show. Oh, and guess what? Recent research has shown that's fine, really. We don't need to know all the gory details.
I think I get it. You just spray this stuff on something you want to test, right?
Precisely. You can find even the slightest trace of poison with it.
I want to try it too, Emma. Pretty please? You don't have to ask twice. I already used it on everything suspicious, of course. Yay! Let's give it a whirl, Apollo. What are you doing? I was just seeing if I got a reaction off of you. How's this for a reaction? Never do that again. I'm not poisonous. Tell that to those hapless witnesses on the stand.
Let's just get down to checking for real poison, shall we? Okay. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I would have found something real quick here. Huh.
Too bad. No reaction there.
Sure, Emma checked out all the likely spots. Wait a second.
What is it, Apollo?
Did you spray that little desk over there?
I don't think so. Spray probably can't reach that far, you know.
Let's check it out, just to be sure. Oh shit.
A reaction, Apollo? Where? Where? The inside of that cute little frame. Look.
Well, would you look at that? Nice going, Trucy.
I'm known to work magic.
Never mind that I was the one who found it. Okay. Why would the inside of the frame have poison in it? Looks like we found the only other place that was poisoned in any case. Oh, Emma, I was wondering about this painting here.
That one?
What about it? What about it?
Yeah, what about it, Apollo?
Take a closer look at it. Both of you. Now look at this one. This is the third painting he was working on.
Hey, they're the same.
I was hoping you wouldn't find that. You're right, though. Drew Measham was copying his painting.
Wow, it's pretty good.
Copying a painting? What for? Emma, about this. Oh, that? Yes. Why, that's a bright red envelope. Sure is jumpy.
Someone opened this, didn't they?
My lips are sealed. Your lips are sealed? That's a first. You mean, you know what's inside that, you know what's inside the envelope? Sure, I read it after all.
Ah, you mean you were the one who ripped this open?
Please. I would have steamed it open. But she did sneak a peek at it, apparently. Know that I have a powerful weapon on my side.
Weapon?
Yes, the use of tools. Highly specialized tools for information gathering. Tools I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. In other situations, that sentence is weird.
You should try flattering her, Apollo. If I can hit on her, do something. Say a little praise can open big doors.
Never heard that one, but it's good advice. Let's try talking to her some more. About that envelope we found. I was wondering if you could help us out with that tool you were mentioning. You want to know about my tool, do you? It's called an X-ray analyzer.
X-ray? Like the X-rays you get at the dentist?
That's right. At least, that's what I call it.
Huh?
It has a real name, but it's much more complicated. The X-ray spectralization. Something. How am I supposed to remember all that?
So basically it lets you see inside things. Like envelopes.
That's right. You're sharp, Trucy. But it's a bit more complicated than that. In practice, of course. Actually, to tell the truth, I'm not really sure how it works scientifically.
Can I try it out, Emma? Please?
Oh, I suppose. Of course, I've already checked out everything suspicious myself.
Alright, let's give it a spin, Apollo.
What are you doing?
Oh, just thinking if I could see through your hair. But it's like lead.
Point that thing at me anymore and it might all fall out.
And I wouldn't need any X-ray machine to see through it.
Let's just get down to business. To defeat the Huns. Right, let's test it on a sample first. Just so happens I have a lottery ticket here. You see the sample in the device like this? I don't see anything. Patience. There's no need to get all antsy. Look at the right side of the screen. That's the layer view of the envelope.
Layer view?
You've got it set to display the outside of the envelope now. See? Actually, it's quicker to just have you give it a try. Turn that dial there with the right stick for me, would you? That's right. That's how you choose what depth you want to scan.
Hey, I got something.
See? That's how you can read the letters on the ticket inside. Cool, huh? Except, I can't read them. Just turn the dial a little more. What you have to understand is that a sheet of paper isn't really flat at all. When you zoom in that much, you see the paper is like a bunch of hills and valleys.
Wow, really?
This X-ray device uses a beam with a wavelength of only 0.05 microns. It breaks cards down into thin layers so it can only show what's written on that layer.
I'm not entirely following you, but what good is it if I can't read anything? That's why we go on to step 2. Try rubbing the image a bit, if you would. Rubbing? Like going over the image with the L stick while holding X? Oh. There, that fixes the image on the screen. Now turn the dial again just a little. Good, now you can rub this image to fix it too. Hey, I get it! We just keep doing this until we've got the whole thing. Exactly. Not bad. Neat. Let's get some more. Let's do some more. It's 0007. Big winner! Okay, let's print this one out. Woohoo! I'm a big winner! See, this is the true hidden power of my weapon. Neat, huh? Now let's try it out on the real thing, shall we? Oh, what's in the letter? Because we just got a letter. And I wonder who it's from. Nope. Oh, okay, we got... So we got, Dear Mr. Drew, whatever the fuck. $100,000. I've deposited the $100,000 in the designated account. Please send a receipt once you've confirmed it. Once you've confirmed the transfer. Huh. Okay, let's print this one out. Someone deposited $100,000 into Mr. Meesham's account. His paintings must be really valuable. There's another page in there. Care to take a look? You bet I do! If you're going to read someone's mail, you might as well read it all. That's bad advice. Here goes with the second page then. Sign the papers. And send the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. I need not remind you. Okay, let's print this one out. I need not remind you to speak of this to no one. So it was a letter about payment for one of his paintings? Wow, the secrecy though. And what? Why was this letter the only one in here? It's 7 years old, right? Maybe it had some special significance to him. Well, Emma? Well, indeed. She knows something she's not telling us. Looks like she's keeping mum about it. So, Emma, I was wondering, what's the story about this reporter that came here for his story the night of the crime? I'm afraid I can't tell you because he's going to be a witness tomorrow, I hear. I thought so. I'll never forget that face. But what was his name? Oh, right. Brucial. Brucia. He's after a scoop to sell the papers. So a reporter comes for an interview with a painter. His first interview ever. And that night, he's killed. Seems strange to you? Really strange. Does raise a few questions. I'd like to speak to this reporter if I could. Well, I hear he's on the beat today, too. Said something about covering a magician? Magician? Well, if it's not Trucy, that leaves only one other person. It wasn't Valiant Grammary by any chance, was it? Yeah, something like that. He's got some big show lined up, I hear. So he's out interviewing Valiant Grammary. Looks like I'll be hanging out to that Coliseum again sooner than I thought. Here, I'll give you the reporter's card if you want. Spark Brucial. Freelance journalist. I wonder, can we talk to her at all? Ah, you're here to see Vera Measham? Yes, that's right. She's in the medical office at the moment. Medical office? Is she okay? She's just lying down. Said she didn't feel so good. Sorry, but I can't allow any meetings at the moment. Most annoying client ever. But attractive. Men's Twitter pages are either horny, suicidal, or extreme sports fans. What about all of the above? Yeah. Right, come on. We don't have to be just one of the three. We can be all of them. That's me on a daily. Alright. Guess we should come back. Okay. Fuck. Didn't want to go there. Fuck. I did not want to go to the detention center again, but I went there anyway. There we go. So, a journalist was here on a story? All eyes in the universe are upon my stage. All pens seek to commit its mysteries to paper. And his name was Brucial? Brucial. 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 I think he remembers him. He doesn't look too happy about it. Brucial. That cloying smell of mint when he smiles. Yes. Could you tell us more about him? Kurt Angle will also be commentating for Hulk Hogan's promotion. Bruh, Kurt Angle doing everything. He's gonna wrestle too, I bet. What do you want? I took a breath in and almost died. Whew. A man by that name called on me just now. Just now? Valiant vision is always toward tomorrow. Valiant's feet step always forward. That is all. That's all. Very confusing.
I am to perform a big magic show. Yes. I wanted someone to cover it. Yet, he had ears only for that incident. That incident? In any case, I requested that the rapacious reporter remove himself. So a painter has died. What of it? It is but a footnote in the footlights compared to the magic of gramarye.
Uncle Valiant, do you know where the reporter went?
I recommend he visit the place popular with penalized perpetrators. The detention center? He was a rude individual. Might I see that card? Sure? He would tear apart my respectability. I will tear apart him.
Ooh, here it comes, Apollo. Uncle Valiant's big magic trick.
Is he going to fix the card? Not sure that qualifies as big magic.
What happened to the big magic?
Is it not more miraculous for to stay ripped? You must have really not liked that journalist. Now the time has come when I must return to make my prestidigitation preparations. By your leave, Miss Trucy.
Thanks, Uncle Valiant.
3 days from now, make ready for a miracle. What do you think of the journalist what do you think that journalist was after? And why did Valiant react like that to this envelope?
I think it's time to pay the detention center another visit.
I think it's also time to do one more thing at the Drew studio. Emma, I was wondering if you could take a look at this. Shit. I wanted to use the x-ray machine on that. Alright. I think I hear what you're saying. We're all doing it for the money. End quote. No. Not at all. Looks like someone's already meeting here.
Maybe that reporter?
Oh my god. I don't like you. I don't like this guy. Okay, I got it.
Hey there. How you doing? Who might you be?
Sorry. We didn't know someone was already here. I'm Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Talk about a nervous monkey.
You're Justice. You
know me, sir? Who in this world does not know the great Judge Turpin?
Do I know you? Of course I know you. Stares down witnesses on the stand till they spill beans. End quote.
That's not true. What's he writing?
Are you a reporter by any chance? Woo! You're Trucy! Hey, am I famous? Oh yeah. I don't like giving him this high-pitched voice when he's really apparently excited to see Trucy. Trucy Wright hates carrying a bag. Puts everything she owns in her panties. End quote. Eek, that's so not true. Just hold on to your britches. Just hold on to your breeches here. I'll wrap up this interview in a jiffy. Interview? So, God, I think I know what's going on here.
It's ranked Rashawn Slater a better offensive tackle than Lane Johnson and Penei Sewell. I mean, he's very good. But over both of them? I mean, I wonder if the argument is because he's a left guard, but, you know. The other two are right guards, not on the blind side, so I don't know.
Guarding rooms is my life. What else could I possibly need? End quote.
Sewell's the 6th and Johnson's the 5th. I wouldn't put Johnson any lower than 3rd. Like, and I think it's hard not to put him at 1. Sewell, top 5. No, how many times do I have to tell you this? Look, I've got work to do. You deal with him.
Did you come here to interview the guard? Ooh-wee, what a pickle. Accused wouldn't talk. Had to interview someone or go plumb crazy, end quote. Huh?
I should have guessed. Hey Vera, what up? It's your boy. Trent Williams also isn't considered top 3 left tackle? Well, that's wrong.
Where's my manus? Name's Bruchel. Spock Bruchel. I'm not picky. Journalist. Just close his eyes, writes, end quote.
What's that nauseating strong mint smell every time he grins?
Until you've been interviewed by me, you don't know what thrilling is. Wild romp through crossroads of mayhem madness. End quote.
I can see that. He's writing something again. Well, if he's a reporter, maybe he knows something.
So, Mr. Bruchel, you're a journalist? Me? Look, let me state one thing for the record here. Yes? I'm the interviewer, you understand? Yeah. I'm the one asking the questions here, end quote.
Slater, Wirfs, and Mulata are all over him? I don't know if I'd put all of them over him, but, you know, maybe there's a youth situation in there that's taking precedent, but I get maybe worse. Slater, I get being close, and I get Mulata being close, but, like, I still would put Trent Williams probably at worst 2. But he still probably would be number 1 up there.
Okay. For instance, you think a movie director watches movies?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Well, I think he probably does. Exactly. I knew you'd understand.
Huh?
So the night of the murder, you were at Drew's studio? Who, me? Look, let me state one thing for the record. Yes? I may look calm and collected, but I'm busy. Real busy. Always on the road. Journalist always buys one-way tickets, never looks back, end quote. I can understand that philosophy, but... You want to know the thing about one-way tickets? Once you use them, they're gone. I will say, initially, I didn't like the voice I gave him, but now it's starting to fit him a little bit better once I've made him talk real quick. All because you have to give them to the guy at the airport. True enough. But don't they give normal tickets away too? Exactly. See, it's the same thing. What is? So, you went to do a story on Drew Mishan? And he'd never had a story done about him before. That's right. Look, let me say one thing for the record here. What? I'm sure you're going to want to know all about my source. What tipped me off to Drew? Why do the interview in the first place? Well, yes. Look, it's like... Oh, I've got it. Say there's this burger joint with fabulous ketchup. You think the burger guy's going to tell you where he got it? At the supermarket, maybe? Exactly. See, that's what I'm talking about. I think I may have actually understood that one. Well, there's nothing I can talk about, really. Walls have ears, eyes, especially glass walls with speakers, end quote. Right. Guess we'll leave then. Ah, but since you're here, might as well tell you a tidbit of news I saw just for the heck of it. Sure, tell us. Just for the heck of it. I remember it like it was yesterday. I'd seen a movie on a trip and wandered into this burger place with amazing ketchup. When an article in a tabloid caught my eye. Famous old painting stolen from art dealer's gallery, end quote. I believe it was. An oil painting? Happens every day, right? But I thought I'd seen that painting somewhere before. A painting of a giant peach floating down a river. Someone stole an oil painting of a giant peach? James and the giant peach? Journalists can smell scoop better than burgers, end quote. Ah, right, let me go on the record here. Yes? I know what you're gonna say. Brucial, take this. Write brilliant column. End quote. I don't think so. Look, buddy, I write brilliant columns about one thing. And that's food. Try to understand. What could he possibly be writing? He didn't listen to a word I said. Uh-huh. This man's batshit insane. And that's coming from me. Vera's 19, we now know. This man's 36. I think we gotta leave just because, dear Lord, this man's terrifying. Well, how'd it go? Find anything out? Actually, there was one thing I wanted to check with you. What's with that scary face you're making?
And what's with the I know something, but I'm not telling you face you've got going, Emma? Alright, sorry. Emma, about this painting. Oh, that? Quite good, isn't it? That's not what I wanted to ask you about. You want to examine it. Is that it? I'd be happy to let you if you had a good reason. But without that, sorry. Guess she wants us to do a little footwork on our own first. This painting came from behind that dresser. Yes. So, it was stolen. No? I was hoping you wouldn't figure that out. Do you think you could tell us a bit about this? I suppose. It's what you think. Drew Measham was a forger. A forger? So what exactly is a forger? Well, basically it's someone who makes forgeries. Fakes, in other words. Fakes? Copies of an original. Exact copies, so precise that you can't tell them apart. Well, why not just photocopy them? The big problem with forgeries is that people try to sell them as the real article. It's a crime, of course. So Drew Measham was a criminal. I'm afraid so. He received money to create elaborate forgeries. To supplement his work in illustration, I guess. I see. Actually, that's why I brought this here in the first place. What do you mean? When you're trying to determine if a painting is a forgery, the rough sketch underneath can be a valuable clue. So the rough sketch is like practice for the real thing. Like doing a magic trick in front of a mirror before you go on stage. But not in the case of a forgery. Not necessarily, anyway. You know what the finished product is going to look like after all? Oh yeah, I guess you would. That's why I brought this. I'm going to use it to see what's under the paint of the finished pieces. I get it now. Not that I really needed to go to such lengths, seeing as how one of the paintings was only half finished anyway. Still, it'd be neat to see Mr. Measham's rough sketches. Kind of like what he was drawing when he thought no one was looking. True. That would be interesting. Maybe valuable for our case. Try buttering her up, Apollo. Buttery will get you everywhere, they say. I kind of want to see the rough sketch under this painting. I was wondering if your tool there might do the trick. Oh, fine. Fine. Just this time, though. Let's check it out. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. What the fuck is that? Okay, let's print this one out. What? What the heck?
Wow, he really blows. The finished painting isn't anything like the rough. Devices like mine didn't exist until recently. He probably thought he could draw any sort of thing he wanted to for the rough. What do you mean? Well, in the past, you could only analyze the composition of a rough sketch. Composition? In other words, the traces of charcoal between paint and canvas. You could tell if there had been a rough sketch, but not what it looked like. Ah, I think I follow you. So in essence, it wouldn't matter what was underneath the finished painting. Some pros would actually paint out a rough sketch entirely, then do a completely new painting on top of that. So Mr. Measham was drawing whatever he wanted before painting over them? Possibly. Is there a problem with that? Not particularly, but something about that sketch itself is kind of odd. You're awfully silent all of a sudden, Apollo. Think we could check out one of the other paintings? Well, sure. You like this detection stuff, don't you? Let's do this one next. I want to save my favorite of the paintings for last. See what this one looks like. What is this? Oh shit! I will say that's a hell of a poker hand right now. This one too. What's wrong, Apollo? You look so serious all of a sudden. You think I can just look at the last of these? Fine by me. Knock yourself out. This dude sees the future. It's the only explanation. Okay, I don't know this one as much. Oh no, that's the wagon being pulled. So we have the wagon being pulled was the second case. The poker hand the first. Okay, and then the third one is the elevated thing. He's drawing the cases. What the hell? What the heck is all this? I hesitate to ask why you're getting so excited. You sure your device isn't leaking some kind of strange radiation? Trucy, look at these 3 sketches. Do you notice anything? Okay, that's the guitar catching on fire is what that is. Ah! There? Now you're both white as sheets. What's going on? These sketches are of the 3 cases I worked on. What? The murder in the poker room at the Borscht Bowl Club. The dead man pulling the noodle stand. And then the events that transpired during the Gavineers concert. What could it mean? How could he have drawn those things? And why? That's what I want to know. Wait, is Drew Measham your father?
Give me a break. Does that seem even remotely possible to you? I'd never even heard of any Drew Measham before. I hadn't even seen a picture of him. But there were my cases, drawn on his canvas. Every single one of them. It couldn't have been a coincidence. Just who was this Drew Measham? And what did he have to do with me? To be continued. Okay. Given we only have 30 minutes left, I think I'm going to call the stream here just because this gives us a perfect starting point in 2 weeks' time where I can come back, we start the case, I can look over the evidence and remember all the shit that happened, hopefully. I think that's the main thing we're going to do. And then I'll probably be, taken aback by a blue-haired witness. Possibly. Could. Who knows? We're going to get our boy Apollo, his girl. Don't worry. We're going to do it for him. We definitely got to do it for him. But I think that's where we're going to call it for today. Do some editing to do. I've got to finish up some things for the last handful of videos. And tomorrow, we'll probably go live at about 7, I'm thinking. And worst comes to worst, we'll be live for about 4 hours. 7 to 11 might be about as good as I can do for you guys from a late perspective. But that'll be the last stream before I head out on vacation for a week and you guys have to deal with no live streams and be probably the most excited you'll ever be. You'll have to go out and touch grass or something. I know, crazy. You have to go outside at noon and you'll be like, what is this? I don't have a wolf stream to watch. What? But when we come back, we'll be right back to it. Specifically movie night to begin. With that though, I appreciate you guys for being here. Dash, Jaren, Eagles, appreciate you guys. Tomorrow again, we will be here for one more stream before I take a good long week break. And yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. I don't think I have anything else to touch on before I head out. With that, again, appreciate you guys. If you're watching After the Fact on YouTube or Twitch, appreciate you too. And I will see you next time.